Alright, hello everyone. This is the beginning, the inception, the advent of my channel. First episode, so let's just get to it. Welcome to the Green Cup. And it's just a place where I can share a little bit with you about green tea and its lovelitudes, while just having a nice conversation, drinking that cup, enjoying it. Most importantly, slowing the time down. Even if anything is happening around you, take that time to take a deep breath and enjoy. So, today we're going to have us a cup of nice Japanese green tea. That's all I'm going to be covering, by the way, on this channel is Japanese green tea. Nothing against other types of green tea or other types of tea for that, for that matter. It's just the green cup, and it's the Japanese green cup. Anyway, let's get to it. Today we're going to have us a cup of kabuse cha. Kabuse cha. My pronunciation may not be on spot, but you get the drift. You get the drift. Okay. Kabuse cha is a green tea that is covered for a few weeks to maximize all the nutrients and the flavor, including the caffeine. So take it easy, man. Drink a little bit too much and yes, you can get tea high. And it feels good. And it's green too. Alright, let's pour this ourselves. Let's take out the leafage. Looks like an urn, but it's not an urn. Okay, about that much. Boom, put it there. Now, depending on the type of green tea, you use different types. Different temperatures. The water has to be at different temperatures, and the infusion time may also vary. Some of the tea packages come with the description or instructions. Some don't, so you have to make yourself a little bit aware of the kind of tea that you are purchasing and experiment a little bit. Get a small scoop and try in small amounts until you get that desired flavor. Green tea is very sensitive to water, and some of these teas, for example, the kabuse cha, if you use really, really hot water, you're going to bring out a lot of stringency. It's going to be really, really bitter. Now, I don't know all the lingo, so I'm just going to get down and ghetto with it. It's going to be bitter. Earwax bitter. So you have to play with it. This kind of tea, what's really good, it's got a very, very nice flavor with vegetal notes. Kind of seaweed a little bit with a sweetness, some floral flavors. So let's bring out the best that we can. Sometimes a good cup comes out. Sometimes it don't. And that's how it is. Enjoy it either way. Alright, so we're going to take this water. And we're going to pour it in this container. Then we're going to cool this down for about 9 minutes. Now it depends on the weather. When it's cold. Got me a little sand clock here. The sands of time. For me are running low. Do you know what that song is? Look it up. I'll give you a hint. Heavy metal. One of the greatest metal bands ever. Anyway, we're going to cool that down. And after that, we're going to go ahead and infuse it. But before that, let me take you back on a time machine to a place called China. And the legend goes, by the way, this is the discovery. The legend goes that in I'm reading it from my journal. In the year 2737 BC, the Chinese emperor, his name was Sheng Nung, and again, I don't know the pronunciation, so don't get all like PC on me and be like, oh no, he's mispronouncing, he's appropriating, he is damaging the culture. Look it up. Okay? Anyway, 2737, the Chinese Emperor Sheng Nung and his servant were out on a walk. They're out on a walk, just chillaxing. Their little stick and little bandana with all their accoutrements for the trip. Back there, just their little stick. And they came to a time where it's time to take a stop and relax. Slow the time down. So they sat under this tree, and the emperor told his servant, break out the water pot or the kettle. And so the servant did as he was told or instructed. And he brings it out. And they spark the fire. The emperor is looking, caressing his beard. This is a good afternoon. The emperor was enjoying his time. The water's boiling, starts percolating. And suddenly a gust of wind blows by his beard. He was looking epic. He was looking classic. Along with the beard blowing, a few leaves from the tree that they were sitting under fall into the water, into the boiling water. The water that they were about to partake, as Chinese people love having hot water. It's a custom. I spent a bit of time out in China, and they like to drink hot water in the morning. It's supposed to be very medicinal, very good for your body. I don't know all the details, but this is what they do. And, and it's not piping hot water. Anyway, the leaves fall into that water. The servant looks a little bit worried. He's thinking, I have just fucked up my master's water. Now, the emperor was looking at his servant and he knew that he was worried. But this emperor was a renowned herbalist. I'm sure he was. Here. Don't worry. This is not a poisonous leaf, but I've never seen it before, but I'm not sure. No, it's not a poisonous leaf. Let's partake. And so, they let it be. They whispered words of wisdom and let it be. Let it be. Anyhow, so they took the leaf out, the emperor and the servant, and I think it was more than one leaf. There's a few leaves. And they poured themselves, or the servant poured 2 cups. One for the emperor, and one for himself. Normally, and I am embellishing, the servant would drink first, just in case it would cause you to croak. But he prevented his servant. Stand back. I will take the first sip. It is good. Very flavorful. I'll drink again. It is fantastic. Drink. You will not die. So the servant drinks. And his eyes brighten up. And both of them start getting a clarity of mind. They look at each other and they both say, "Ha! It is good. Now, go climb up there and give me more of those leaves. The servant says, "It is not necessary, master. I will simply take off my sash and we will shake the tree and take these back with us." And they sat there drinking, talking, laughing, enjoying their time, their existence. And they discovered what is written in many books: the tea tree. For it is a tree, not a plant. And it is Camellia sinensis. Now, again, I embellished the story, but this is the story, the myth. Many things are myths. Many things are legends. You one day will become a myth and a legend. Hopefully as cool as these two. Anyway, now we are here in Japan at my home. My goat is crying in the background. I already fed them, but they need a little attention. So we're waiting a bit more. We'll check the temperature of the water. And it's still a bit hot. Still a bit hot. So while that cools down, I'll let you know, yes, I am in Japan. I've been out here for 21 years. And I came out here originally to teach English and practice martial arts. Somewhere along the way, I stopped drinking coffee and embraced drinking tea. So, here I am sharing this moment with you. We'll start by, let's dry some of the water here in this pot. This is called a kyuzu. Got my little shortwave radio in the back, listening to the news in Japanese, in Nihongo. Ooh, letting me know the weather. We're about to have 3 days of rain, as it's rainy season. Anyway, this tea, because the temperature is very low, it requires low temperature, it'll go down to like 50 Celsius. And since it's low and the leaves are very tightly rolled, it will require 3 minutes of infusion. Most of the green teas require between 50 seconds to a minute, and the temperature may vary. Some of the teas which require hot water, about 90, between 90 and 80, will only require 30 seconds. Let's begin. Boom. And so we pour it into the kyuzu and start pouring the water slowly, bundifying it, enjoying every moment. There we go. Now, sure, you can go to a tea shop or a coffee shop where they sell both. But the thing about slowing the time down is that nowadays, caffeine-containing beverages such as coffee and tea are used mostly as fuel. You know, that coffee pot in your office, and everybody comes to that coffee pot, the never-ending coffee pot that just smells atrocious, and everybody has to let everybody know how tired they are, so they're there to drink that coffee just to give them the energy to keep on grinding the seconds, the minutes, and the hours of an existence that is being wasted. If you just embrace every aspect of it, and you don't have to be religious about it and go to like, oh, it's not that serious. But your time on this planet is serious. We don't know if we come back. Reincarnation, hell, heaven. heaven and hell. A little Ronnie James Dio there for you. We absolutely don't know. And, you know, you look at the birds and the bees. And this is a quote taken from the good book. And again, I'm just going to say it a la ghetto. You don't see the worms or any of that, those creatures going to work to make a salary. Yet they eat. And if they don't, then they don't. But that's part of the existence. Enjoy the good, enjoy the bad. As long as nobody's ripping your nose off from like, ah! You know what I mean? Every aspect of the tea time, from the selection of the leaf, the scooping, the pouring of the water to cool down, the pouring of the leaves into the pot, the pouring of the water in there, every part will make that moment much more desirable. Okay, we're there. Now we're gonna pour this elixir out. The pouring, building the anticipation without expectations of the moment that's about to transpire. Make sure that you get as much of the leftover drops that are in that pot. Those are called the golden drops. They're packed with flavor and love. Okay. Now part of that is the smelling of the leaves, which they smell better after the infusion. And they smell bodacious. Now we are ready. The pour the tea with gentleness. And if you have a white cup, you're able to see the color of the elixir much better. And with that, we bless it, itadakimasu, and we enjoy. Absolutely beautiful. Have a lovely one, and see you next time.